Example 3. We're going to say if f of x equals negative x to the fourth plus 2x cubed minus 8x squared plus x, find f double prime of 1. Okay, that would be the rate of change. Okay, so go ahead, you do it. You can do it. I'm going to start with Liam here. I'm going to pause the video. And Liam is going to give me f prime of x. Liam, go ahead. You said minus 6x. That's plus with minus, right? But other than that, right? You said minus 6x, but it should be plus. Just watch that. Okay. Amy, can I get f double prime of x, please? Yeah. Now, nobody's impressed by this, okay? But think how long this would have taken you 2 months ago. It would have taken you like 5 hours probably to do this question with limits, right? At least. Like, think about that. It would have been horrendous. And now it's easy. Joe, what's f double prime of 1 going to be then? That was too easy. All right, then. All right, you guys ready to delve back to the world of vectors for a minute?
Yes.
Who likes vectors when they get 89 class average on the midterm? Of course everyone loves vectors. Example 4. Okay, please put a star beside this question. What this question means that this is the first real question you've had this unit. It also means you will see this on your next test, I guarantee, because I love it. So Michael, don't leave my mind yet. You tell me I want to write on the board. Yet. 4f of x. So for the function f of x equals ax to the fourth plus bx cubed minus 4x squared plus 2cx plus 14. Find a, b, and c. So f of negative 2 equals 2. F prime of negative 2 equals 16. And f double prime of negative 2 is double prime, it's supposed to say. Is equal to negative 8. Okay, this is a wicked cool question. They might say, Mr. Sala, that doesn't look anything to you like a vector. Okay. I'm going to get you guys started on this, and you guys are going to solve it for me. I'm going to give you a second to write it down. Excuse me. This is a question that you would have received in grade 11 for a quadratic. Okay, this is a quartic though, so it's very difficult to do into a calculus. So it says f of x equals ax4 plus ax cubed minus 4x squared plus 2cx plus 14. Find a, b, and c such that f of negative 2 is equal to 2, f prime of negative 2 is equal to 16, and f double prime of negative 2 equals negative 8. Can anyone in the class be brave and tell me how to deal with f of negative 2 is equal to 2? I shall start off easy than that. So we give me the first two derivatives. Read that first. Christina, I think up to you first. If f of x is equal to this mess, notice guys, still just wait, just relax. If f of x is equal to this, what's f prime of x going to be? Good. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, or 1, yeah. 2c. 2c. Because c is a variable, like it's a constant, like it's not a variable. Okay. And then 14 goes away. Are we all okay on where that came from? Katie, we're good? Okay. All right, Brendan, can you do the same thing for f double prime of x? No, I didn't. I think Joe picked up. Joe did f of 1 equals negative 16. And then you did this one, didn't you? Yeah, I didn't jump anybody. Brendan, f double prime. I'm a good cop, so I'm going to not. Okay, now this is making me happy because the c is gone. Because this is like a constant, so that's just going to disappear. Okay, Now, here's the thing. So I have my three equations. Sorry, yeah.
Wouldn't the C in the one above just cancel it as well because aren't C and X classified as the same?
No, we're taking the derivative in terms of X. Like it's like we're comparing everything to X, which is F double prime of X. That's the intermediate variable that we're dealing with. Okay. So C is just a number. It's like so 2C is like 2 times 5 or 2 times 10. Now I have F of X, F prime of X, F double prime of X. Can somebody please, Laurel, tell me what F negative 2 means? F of negative 2 equals 2. What does that mean?
That means that all that group is equal.
Good. So what I'm going to do is everywhere, I just ignore this group. Okay. But everywhere I see an X in this original equation, I'm going to sub in a negative 2. Okay. So I'm going to call it 2 equals A times negative 2 to the 4th plus B times negative 2 cubed minus 4 times negative 2 squared plus 2C times negative 2 plus 14. Now please be brave before I continue here, okay? So I just want to please ask if someone's not sure what happened there. Everywhere I saw an X in my original equation, I subbed in a negative 2. We're all good on what happened there? Yes? And for my Y was 2. I'm going to neaten it out here right now. Actually, I'm going to do my human calculator if you don't mind. What's negative 2 to the 4? So you think 16. Minus 8, I think. And that's minus 16, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Minus 4C, and then plus 14. So I'm going to neaten this up finally. I'm going to call that 0 equals 16A minus 8B minus 4C minus 4. Someone just confirm that for me. Arden, you're going to be my confirmer. I think that's right. Is that good? Arden, yes? Okay. Everyone else sort of sees what just happened there. Please be brave and ask if not. Okay, so Courtney, all we did was, everywhere we saw an X in the first equation, we plug in a negative 2. Everywhere we saw a Y, which is 2, so 2 is on the left, everything else is X. We're going to do the same thing with F prime of X and F double prime of X. What are we going to end up with here, Jeff, when we're done?
You're going to have 3 equations in yourself.
3 equations and 3 unknowns? Wow. You know what that is, Jeff?
Matrix.
That is a matrix. Yes. I brought him back. Okay, I just said no one else is. Okay, Tyler. Can you be brave, please? And do the same thing with F prime of negative 2 equals 16, please.
So probably get minus 2 for all the X.
Yeah, good. Let's go ahead.
So F prime of, oh, you want 2 there.
Now I want to see, because I it's this one here, right?
Uh,
So the F prime of X is F prime negative 2 is 16, so this changes to 16, right?
Okay.
So 16 equals,
16 equals 4A times minus 2
yeah,
plus 3B times minus 2 to the 2
yeah.
times 8 times minus 2 times 2.
Okay, so all, thank you. So all we did there, right, was everywhere I saw an X, I subbed in a negative 2, my Y value was negative 16. All right, Emily, you're going to be my human calculator here. I think that should turn to negative 32, is that right?
Yeah.
Emily is my human calculator, yes? 4 times 3 is plus 12. Does that look good?
Plus 16.
Whoa, holy moly, why is it plus 16? You guys, there's not, I can't get a thing by you guys. This is when I tell my class, you guys are all silent. All of a sudden I make one mistake and it's, take off half a mark. Okay. All right, I'm sorry, Jeff, you've done very, very well this year. Excellent. Jeff, how do I finish up this equation?
16.
Yeah. So I'm going to call that 0 equals negative 32A plus 12B plus 2C. Now, this is going to, I'm going to speed this up because,
Factor 2.
yeah, you can do that too, and you can do a 4 here if you want to after, but I'm just going to leave these for right now, okay? All right, Evan, can you do the same thing with the last one for me, please? Yeah. Good. Alright, Charlene, you're gonna be my human calculator. This should be 48, I think. You're confirming this for me, right? Okay, so 0 equals 48, A minus 12B. Okay, so we have 3 equations and 3 unknowns. If you want to do a matrix, you can. If you want to just use algebra, you can too. If, as Michael noticed, all these equations could be divided down, okay, to isolate A, B, and C. I'm going to solve with the matrix. You can do it whatever way you want. Yeah, because if I look at that last equation, I can say that B is equal to 4A, right? And that'll hopefully make my life a lot easier, right? But whatever way you want to solve it, I like matrices, so I'm going to do that. Okay, you guys can do whichever way you want to. All right, if you want to do it my way, you may. If you want to do it with algebra, you can as well. So my equations are going to look like 16, negative 8, negative 4, dot, 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 4. I'm going to have negative 4 on top. Yeah, grab switch over to positive if it equals. Negative 30 to 12, 2 and 0, 48, negative 12, and 0, and 0. Okay. Now, if you don't like matrices, don't do matrices. You don't have to. Okay, I'm just going to talk through, I'm not going to ask for volunteers tomorrow, I'm just going to talk through this here. Remember, it has to go along the diagonals. So I'm going to add 2 times 1. I'm going to subtract 3 times 1. Nicely, 16, 32, and 48 are all multiples of 16. Okay? So that's going to change this into 16, negative 8, negative 4, 4, 0, negative 4, and might be counting here, is that negative 6, is that right? Yeah. And 8, so you confirm that for me? And 0, is that right? Is that right? We're good there? I think we're good. So what I did was 8 on the bottom one, it was negative 8 times negative 3 is positive 20. Oh, I think you're right. Whoops. Negative 24 minus 12, right? So that should be, I think we're good. Okay, now, so this looks very nice to me. I'm very happy right now. I'm going back to Rebecca right now. Rebecca, out of the second and third rows, which one do you want to make 1, do you think? Yeah. Yeah, why don't I make the third one? Yeah, I'm totally dividing this by 12, okay? And I think I made, so it's going to go to 16, negative 8, negative 4, 0, negative 4, negative 6, 0, 1, 1. Now again, if you like algebra, I was hoping Arden would be using algebra. So said like Arden, but he wasn't you, okay? You can use, you could have used algebra to solve this for A, B, and C. I like matrices, so I'm doing it this way. All right, Katie. What's the next step? You can. I'm going to say no, though, okay? I'm probably going to do this instead. Okay. What will this do times the last row by 4 and adding it to that row? What's that going to do? It's going to make it 0, right? So even though it's the wrong order, you can switch the last 2 rows if you want to make it look nicer. But this is going to turn this into it's going to be negative 2 and negative 4. So let me confirm that for me. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 steps in 1. Sorry for cheating here. So I'm going to divide the second row by negative 2, and then I'm going to switch it with the third row so that there's a 1 and a 0 the way I want it to be. Joe, how you feeling? You can do this? This is good? Okay. If you did it a different way, that's fine as long as you get the same answer at the end, okay? As I said, I like matrices better because my degree is computer science. But for those whose mind doesn't work that way, that just means you're normal, okay? So don't worry about it. All right. We're looking good, but not yet great. Mel, what's the next step here?
Multiply the second row by 8.
Hey. Okay, so I didn't need to do that. Yes, you could.
Like, no, like, so.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, what you were saying to get rid of this, yes, that will work. Yes, you want to do that? Okay. So let's add 8 times 2. I wasn't going to do that, but that's okay. 8 times 1 is negative 8, is that right then? Somebody confirm that for me? We're looking good? Somebody, Joe, does that look right to you? We're good, I think? We good? Yes? Oh, that's not right. Is that right? Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Negative 8, yeah, I think we're good. I think we're right. All right, next step, Courtney, is what?
Could you add -4 times 3?
Good. I'm going to do times 3, right? So -4 times 3, and then it's going to be minus 1 times 3. I'm doing 2 steps in 1 here. What's these 2 steps in 1 going to do? Get rid of all the whole right row. Okay? So you can do 2 steps in 1, so as long as it sort of looks decent. I'll run out of time. 8, is that right, Michael? Can you confirm that for me? I think that's right, isn't it? Plus 2. No, that's not right. Plus 16, I can't add. No, that's right. I think that's right. So look at you. Joe, are we getting the same answer? Do you get the same answer as us? I'm going to divide by 16. Somebody confirm this for me? Did anyone get that answer other than me? Amy said yes, so I trust you. Did you get that answer? I hope. Almost?
Yes.
Jeff, did you get that answer? No, did you get that answer? Nobody's saying no. No one's brave enough to say if they didn't. Okay, if you were to write that down as your family answer, you only get 17 out of 18 marks. What did we forget to do, Liam? What's my last step that I should do? Your name's not Liam, Amy. Which did Amy say to him? Well, not really there for some. We want the equation, right? So we'd say f of x is equal to.
Well, then you just want A, B, C.
Do you want A, B, and C? What do you want? You just want A, B, and C?
Yeah.
Fine, A, B, and C, fine. Therefore, A. I will often start my equations with 1/4 when it's x to the 4th. Why do you think I might start my equation with 1/4 if it's x to the 4th? All right, I'm going to pick on you, Liam. What's the derivative of 1/4 x to the 4th equal to? X to the 3rd. Okay, so I will often do that so that your derivative, you know what I mean, your first derivative will work out beautiful. Is that somewhat okay? I will write your homework on the board and try and do one last question if I can. I will try not to rush tomorrow. Homework, actually, I'm not going to have time. I'm just going to stop. 106. For tomorrow's warm-up, I have a nice one that was based on 14 and 15 from last night. Okay, so that's my warm-up for tomorrow. It's going to be, because we're not going to be able to get through it here tonight. Okay? I checked your textbook back, I think. Okay, so try these out. If it's a major struggle, let me know. 2 to 3 and 11, 16 should be no big deal. 17. With 2 through 11 should be no big deal. 16, 17 to have to scratch your head. If you remember the way these courses go, by doing the hard questions, it forces you to scratch your head, and that's what will come to you on test days, right over the head scratcher questions. Okay. Yeah.